Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another Division 1 matchup. This time we are on a world map. My name is Tomo and I'm joined as always by my co-caster Calamity. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm really looking forward to this one. Boulgour, really a kind of prodigy, looking to really show off his skills in Division 1 in the first season, and Mr. Blue, definitely a strong opponent for him here as we take a look at their stats. And yeah, Calamity, on a world map, this is going to be like a game of aces.
It's going to be interesting. So far, they've both had one win, one loss. Their best game is pretty similar. Their average points aren't too far apart. They've got a pretty similar amount of aces. So it definitely could be a very close and exciting matchup.
Definitely. For these two, yeah, it's a world map as we mentioned here by Alok, average score of just around 12,000, probably a little higher than that now, and it's been played about just under 2,000 times. Yeah, very nice hand-picked locations. Get rid of all of those horrible photospheres and blurry coverage areas. For that, we already know from a couple other games that the lakes of the world is kind of misleading, Calamity.
Yeah, not every body of water you see in this map is a lake. Sometimes you get big rivers. Sometimes, yeah, we stretch the definition of lake a bit, but still, most of the time, at least, it's a lake.
Yeah, and definitely having a body of water near your starting location is a big help for pinpointing. That's kind of why I said that this is definitely going to come down to who's going to get the most aces in this round. Do you think we could even get a tie here, Calamity? On it's a world map after all.
It's definitely possible. I mean, in Division 1 always has a problem of it's only 3 minutes of time. You need to be
Mhm.
sure of your location pretty quickly. Um, but yeah, it depends on the seed, of course, but it's definitely possible.
Okay, well, with that, let us get into this matchup in round number one. And Russia,
Possible.
possible. Definitely has that feel,
Mm.
especially when you follow a military truck. Yes, there we go. That's a Russian road number.
Yep. 544.
544, and Cyrillic also helps us. Following a Soviet military truck on an empty road. Yeah, kind of Russia.
Yep.
Um, yeah, very flat and very clear of any trees, right? So, what area of Russia are we looking at? Maybe
This is
Calamity.
this is typical southwest Russia, so somewhere
Okay.
around the area, where probably the most famous cities in that region are Sochi and Rostov, but not on that
Mm.
side of the coast, but on the other side of the coast, near Astrakhan or Makhachkala.
Okay. And there's a couple city
Yeah,
names.
it's Elista that Bulgar apparently
Uh,
knows.
Yep. Right on top of it. There we go. It is quite a ways up. So, and there's lots of water in the area, so that'll make it a little interesting.
Mm. Also no distances on that sign, so can't know if it's
Mhm.
10 kilometers or 200 away.
That'll help. But those are maybe some small towns. Might not be
Yeah, I
the
think
easiest thing
the
to find.
the one that was 16 kilometers away could have been findable, but he just maybe wants to go and see some other signs first. And
But Mr. Blue, in the meantime, has found a very nice scene. There's Moscow.
yep, just 1,399 kilometers away. We're practically there.
Yeah,
You've also
just eyeball that.
yeah, you've also got Makhachkala on that sign. So
Mhm.
Astrakhan is probably oh yeah, it is there as well, 29 kilometers away.
So a very good sign for both of them. Only a minute left. There's lots of little lakes, so maybe this time the lake was not helpful for pinpointing because
Yeah,
scattered with them, like someone
Bulgar's
took a shotgun to it.
yeah, Bulgar's seen Yangwa Ska on a sign,
Mhm.
but he decides to still go further west. I don't know why he's looking so far west, considering he's east of Elista. Oh,
Yeah,
never mind, Elista is there. What does he have his pin on?
he's got his pin further east from
Yeah,
that, but he's
he just
there we
had
go.
his
He's got.
pin completely over the name of the town, so I just assumed it was still Elista, but no,
No,
it's
he's quite a ways away. Mr. Blue,
it's
though,
Utta.
pretty confident in his pinpointing. But
he's got.
Boulgour not quite as confident. Time running out on him.
Yeah, I mean, the
And
lakes are only really here, so.
yeah, well, there we go. Put us somewhere. And ooh, not the start he would have wanted, especially on this kind of map. 4,976 for him, 5,000 an ace for Mr. Blue. Yeah, Calamity, a really rough opening. We're only talking about 24 points, but in Division One, that's a lot.
Yeah, bit of a mistake there by Boulgour, since he did see a sign that said Geoguessr is 0.5 kilometers that way. So it was pretty safe that he was near that town, and he'd also seen it on the map. So he I guess wasted a lot of time just looking in the wrong area. And at that point, at the end, he just ran out and couldn't use any of the time anymore for pinpointing.
Yeah. Well, he is still within tie range, but definitely flirting with danger here as we get into round number 2. This could definitely be North America, or it could not be.
Or not. Yep.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
I do play the other division seeds, but I do not play them very thoroughly. I kind of just almost play them non-moving just to get a idea of what the locations look like. But now as we get into town, this looks a lot more like probably southern Spain.
It's an idea.
Or, yeah, they're GC. Those are Spanish road numbers.
Yeah. What does Well, Boulgour's showing you, so.
Oh, the island. I always forget about this thing. That's where GC is.
Gran Canaria.
So thankfully he remembers where that is, because that would have been bad to have another round where he's that far off. But got that road number now, and Mr. Blue, seeing the same thing, will also not forget that it's on the island.
Now it's just about finding GC 604.
And these town names. I think they've got the road. Now it's just the town.
I think Boulgour's on 605.
Really hard to tell. I thought it's 60 something. I mean, it might have been 605 now that
there's 604. Mr. Blue's found it.
And there is a very nice lake. That would be a good candidate. Boulgour, about a minute left, still looking for the right road number.
He's got the POI of Presa de Chira on his map.
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere. Where?
Yeah, the annoying part as well is I think he hasn't actually looked at the town where the towns are yet, because Tejeda is quite far away, and San Bartolome I didn't even find in the first place. So those definitely help less than just looking for a lake.
Okay, and in the meantime, Mr. Blue will guess even earlier than those 3 minutes. A very noticeable curve to the west, south of him, helps him pinpoint that next to the lake. And Boulgour is still frantically looking for a road number and a lake that might work. It seems like he's forgotten quite a bit of what... Oh, never mind, he's got it. 4 seconds left. That's a find. But is it going to be enough for an ace? It is. Thank goodness. 121 meters. A little bit pushing his luck, but still good enough to keep him in the hunt here, Calamity. An ace for both of them.
Yeah, he's really cutting it close there. He overlooked Presadic quite a few times, and just there at the end found it at the lake. And yeah, Mr. Blue continuing to get those aces with relative ease so far.
Even with some time to spare as we get into round number 3 here. And this is a very interesting one.
Yeah, this is typical South Africa, Eswatini, one of the two.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can't tell which one of them it is. But it is one of those South African countries. In the sense that it is an African country in the south of Africa.
Yep. Does Boulgour remember where Yepes Reef is? Yep, appears to
Yep,
be the way.
appears he does. The R570, and Mr. Blue will get that sign as well. Both of them with the same amount of information. He'll put that nicely to the side where he can see it as he starts to skim the map.
Yeah,
He
and
does not seem to remember where that or know where it is.
in the
He's gonna-
Division 4 matchup we've seen between you and Fierce, we had the easiest round of this week.
Mhm.
This is the easiest pinpoint of this week. There's just that little stretch of water that's next to the road. So
Mhm.
I personally have found the right area with like 5 seconds left, and I still had more than enough time to pinpoint.
Mhm. Yeah, so you get the road, this little inlet of water touches. It's interesting. You can't really see the rest of the lake that's supposedly there.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is. Yeah, finally, Mr.
just
Blue
gotta
turns
gotta
around.
look in the right direction. But
There
yeah,
we
you
go.
can't see the bit of water on the other side of the road.
Yeah, so that's nice. He's on a perfect game. 2 good rounds. Doesn't want to mess it up here, but I think again he's within that 170 some odd meters he has.
Yeah, as long as you place yourself next to the water, you're fine there.
Mm-hmm. Got a minute to go. He was pretty certain and fast about the last round, but this one giving him a little bit more thought. As these countries might. I think he's a little bit worried that the water doesn't continue on the other side, maybe.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, I see lots of bridges. I do not see anything like that on the map. Am I wrong? Is the map wrong? There's the guest house, so that'll help him. Yeah, he doesn't even have to go back and look at it. That will help him put his worries to bed, and he will get an ace in round number 3, only 4 meters away, Calamity.
Yep, still on for a perfect game here. And Boulgour just needs to keep up with it. He's got 73 points, I think, that he can still lose, something along those lines. And, well, you'll just hope he doesn't.
Yeah, hope he doesn't. And we'll get into round number 4. And another nice, sunny southern location. And very obviously, Curacao. Boulgour here.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really that obvious just from the starting location?
It is if you know.
Ah, I see. Okay. If you know what it is.
Yep.
I think the island is very distinct if you travel around it, but just from that starting location, it is quite a feat to get. Curacao is part of the Dutch Antilles. Is that right?
Not
Is that what it's
the
called?
Antilles, but it's
Oh,
part
just-
of the Netherlands. Yes.
Okay.
At least I don't think so. Let me actually Google that.
That's why we're seeing a bit of
No,
Dutch there.
yeah, the Dutch Antilles are to the northeast of that.
Okay. They're a group of islands. I didn't know if it included this or not. And yeah, Boulgour pretty much knew it from the start. An ace for him in no time at all. Took him just about a minute to get that one.
Mm.
Yeah, this narrow slip of road between the water is a pretty good thing to look for on the map.
Yeah, Mr. Blue in his home country, theoretically.
Well,
taking a bit longer.
Technically true. He is in his home country. Whether or not he's familiar with this outlying territory of it or not is another matter. He has seen Dutch, so I don't think he would be too concerned. Maybe he does know. He's just not quite sure what island he's on. There's a good POI as we can see.
It says Curacao.
There it says Curacao. So, with the minute left.
I mean, you say he might not know which island he's on. There is only one island that belongs to the Netherlands with coverage.
Ah, is that the only one with coverage?
Yep.
Okay. So now looking in these bays here. Another one. Is it a lake or is it a bay? Right?
Yeah. This one. Yeah, that's a bit more of a difficult decision rather than that Brazilian river.
Yeah, a very wide river is a bit further away from a lake than a almost enclosed bay inlet. fjord. Can you have fjords in other countries besides Scandinavia?
You can. I don't know if there are.
Okay. They're just not called that.
They are called that.
Oh, are they? I've never heard it used for any other country besides them, but
Yeah, well, there
might just
aren't
be the
many other
travel
countries
the
that have
travel
them,
environment.
but that doesn't mean that they don't exist. New Zealand
Okay.
has some fjords.
Oh, okay. A bit of trivia for you there, and an ace for both of them. It took Mr. Blue a little bit longer to get that, despite being in his home country technically. But they do both get there in the end, which means it's all down to round number 5 here, Calamity, and Boulgour has at least got himself a tie in this one, and hopefully he doesn't lose it.
What do you mean he's at least got himself a tie? He still needs to play one round.
I mean, after 4 rounds, it's a tie. If all goes to plan, 2 more aces, he'll end up with a tie. But definitely, would still go either way, right?
Yeah.
You never know. Never know. Trying to build a suspense, Calamity. Trying to spin the story here for our viewers, and you're just crushing it.
Well, you already called it quits. You said he's got a draw at least. I just opened it up again and said he doesn't yet.
Yes, that's true. But with that very nice sign, we are in the UAE. 311, not too far from Dubai.
Yeah, Mr. Blue's found the exit. Boulgour has found the road number. Now we just need to combine them, and then we're good.
Yeah. We'll see who can do that. There we go. There's the exit number. And they literally swap sides, swap signs, and now we'll see them both zoom in. Trying to figure out where that is. Mr. Blue, forgetting where the UAE is for a second.
Yep, not there. There we go.
There we go. Probably just zoom in faster than he can keep track of. Now, this is one of those where you say, there's a body of water near me. Really?
Yeah, on the map there is. In Street View, well, not so much.
Yeah. I think we might be at the other end of it. Like, how we have questions about how wide is a lake, how big is the lake, how enclosed is the lake. Now we have how small can a lake be? You know, is it just a pond?
Is a lake still a lake
puddle?
when there's no water in it?
Ah, the philosopher of Calamity here. You've got an answer. Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, Boulgour has found the lake. Mr. Blue's still looking.
In quotation marks.
Yep.
I think Mr. Blue's found one that he's happy with as well.
Don't you see the beautiful lake there? South of Mr. Blue?
Oh, of course. Of course. Planning my next vacation on that lakeside right now.
Yeah, you can see that both of them are kind of thinking like, is this the right place? There's no lake here. But yeah, that electrical station there for Boulgour.
Yeah, that substation. Ooh, really close. 157 meters, pushing his luck, but he will get an ace, which means it's up to Mr. Blue, and looks like he's got it.
Yeah, for Boulgour, that one point wouldn't have mattered anyway, even if he had lost it. But Mr. Blue needs to be the one being careful.
Yeah. Not only can he get a draw here, because obviously Boulgour did not drop 100 points in the game, but a bonus point for a win, for a perfect game rather, is really what he wants now.
Yep, definitely.
That'll make up a little bit for the draw. And those perfect games are going to come down to some pretty good tiebreakers, I think, this season, given how strong the players are. And it will be a perfect game for Mr. Blue. Congrats to him for that. Much better at pinpointing, only 19 meters for him. Yeah, so Boulgour does drop some points, Calamity, but not enough to give the win over to Mr. Blue. We have a draw.
Yep, nice draw between the two. And that is also... Well, it's not enough for a bonus point, actually. He dropped too many points. The map is too easy.
Yeah, the countries weren't the most shocking of locations for anybody. 25,000 for Mr. Blue, 24,976, and no bonus points for him there. Really shows you how tight this Division 1 is going to be after only 3 weeks.
That was actually
very close.
That was the third lowest score of the division.
I bet that's because the 25Ks don't count as wins, right? Because it's a draw. So all those 25Ks with draws get the bonus point.
Yep.
So yeah, very, very rough indeed. Well, another good draw for both of them, which will at least keep them in the hunt for maybe one of those playoff positions come the end of the season. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. We will see you all next time in Division 1, where we take on the very interesting country of Iceland, which will be really, really fun. We'll see you all there. Take care.
Bye.